God forbid, touch wood.
We've had enough.
Actually,
hey.
Wow.
You haven't scored today.
Yeah.
And we've all captained you.
Yeah.
Okay. If we're saying this season, I'm taking Martinelli. That is my
how many
Stinker.
stinkers this week?
I know.
To my surprise.
Do I support your team, bro? Like, what's going on?
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Keep It 90, brought to you by the House of NNESAGA, supported by the House of Spotify. Come on.
You got it.
This time, we got a special guest in the building. We've got two members out, but one will be joining us. But that don't matter, because on my right, I've got a pioneer of the industry. Someone that supports a team I don't really like. Someone that's not wearing that shirt, so I like her a little bit more. And that is Pippa Monique. Come on.
I always thought we were cool, man. What do you don't like?
No, we're cool. We cool. But you know what it is? It's because you're so happy.
Why would
No,
I
but
be?
it's just the fact that Arsenal are just making you so happy.
They have to. I deserve it.
I've been seeing your content for a few years now, yeah? And Pippa, like, you're a reasonable fan. Mm-hmm. So you never really, like, you don't get... Yeah, you don't gloat, but you don't get onto, like, players too tough. Like, you'll be honest, but you don't get onto... But I feel like because of the fans around you that glow and that are so, like, boisterous, I'm like, you're one of them. So that's when I just put you in that bracket. But yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm alright, you know.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying life. Life's good. Enjoying
stuff.
Arsenal at the moment.
Come on.
Yeah.
Calm down. We're not talking about Arsenal yet. We want to start with your path into the industry. Actually, we're going to touch on it a little bit because I feel like it needs to be said that you are like one of the people that, you know, a lot of us took motivation from because of the fact that you was doing it at a time where a lot of people weren't doing it. No one knew how to make sense of it. I feel like even if you felt that you didn't necessarily have a clear pathway, it didn't look that way.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like you had everything figured out, and the
It was
content,
an accident.
the content was flowing. But yeah, tell us a little bit about your journey into it.
Yeah, so like I was at uni a long time ago, and we had to do some project about creating a blog about something I was passionate about. But I wasn't focused in the lesson because it was one of those, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like not your main lesson. It's one of your tutors, something like that. I can't remember.
What is it? PSH? One of those ones? PSHE?
They're separate to your actual course, but you have to go to it.
Okay, yeah.
And he was like, I need you to do a blog weekly. What do you mean you don't know? You go uni?
Yeah, I did, but I just had lectures and seminars. I don't
To be fair, I vaguely remember. I remember the room. I remember sitting there at the time. I remember everything but apart what the lesson was. He was like, do a blog, something you're passionate about, update it weekly, and send it to me. But I wasn't listening to the whole send it to me part. I made my thing public on Blogger.
Fair.
Yeah. I didn't even know what a blog was at the time. And I made it about football, obviously. And not just Arsenal, just like all football. And I was getting so much emails and blog comments I didn't even understand. These people bullied me into doing YouTube. They was like, do YouTube. We want to see your face. I was like, no, you don't. Because you probably think I'm a man. Like, you probably think I'm a boy. Because my name's not on it or nothing.
Really?
Yeah. So they probably think I'm just another boy writing about football. They was like, do a YouTube channel. I was like, there's no way I'm going on YouTube. There's literally no one on YouTube talking about football. There's not even like what we have now, content creators. It's just like, there was Man City. Do you remember that trend? I don't know what it's called, but like you'll be dancing and then the music will switch up and everyone's in costumes doing some mad dance. And it went viral.
Gangnam Style.
No, it weren't Gangnam Style.
Something similar, like viral like that.
Yeah, that one.
Harlem
Shake.
See that? Man City, that YouTube channel, that was the only football channel, and then Chelsea. They had some other stuff they used to do, like training videos. And
yeah. With
that
Lee
was
Parker,
the only football content on YouTube. So I was like, what am I going to go on YouTube and do? But they eventually forced me into it, and then that's how I fell into this whole thing.
That is incredible.
And surprisingly, I got good reception. I thought once they see that I'm a woman and a black woman, they'll be like, oh, what's this? But surprisingly, it was okay.
Fun story. So Pippa, back in the day, we won't say how long ago. Pippa, back in the day, put me on to YouTube. And this is how she did it, right? So she must have DM'd me and she was like, hey, I'm starting a YouTube channel about football. You should definitely join. Like, let's do it together. And I said, yeah, nah. Like, that's not happening.
She was hard work, you know.
I was like, I'm not even gonna lie. I started airing.
Yeah, I was messaging her. I was like, where's she?
I started airing. I
can see her tweeting.
I'm not gonna lie.
Not you airing DMs, they're still tweeting.
Bro, she was talking about go to show my face.
Yeah,
show my
yeah.
face. The
you know
world is
why?
cruel, isn't it?
Yeah, because we had the facilities at uni where we had like a studio like this. Like it was a radio station, but you could use it to record. This is long before podcasts were a thing. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, this will be.
Man.
Yeah, I was like, we could. I was like, let me get loads of different girls or just other people just to do a football show. But no one wanted to come on. No one was like, they was like, oh, do I have to be on camera? I was like, yeah. No one was on it.
God.
So I said, right, I'm gonna do this myself.
Pioneer.
Long story short, that's why she's a pioneer.
Yeah,
because
facts,
I didn't
facts.
want to do it, but now I'm standing
me.
here because I saw someone like Pippa do it, and she got the flowers that she deserves.
I love that.
You know, and I'm like, if Pippa can do it, let me show
Yeah,
my dad.
exactly.
A black woman's doing it, I can do it too.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So yeah, you're a pioneer, man. Don't ever shy away from that.
Yeah, no, word.
Pioneer Pippa.
Pioneer Pippa. That might have to be the title of the podcast. I love that. Let's get straight into the football anyway. Let's start with the North London derby, women's football. Arsenal
You were there
Spurs.
shouting.
I wasn't shouting, you know. I was calm.
There's a clip of her. Hopefully we can insert it. Yeah.
Where?
You were with the bands.
Oh my god!
You were with the bands. You were leading the
forgot.
chart.
No, I
yes.
genuinely forgot. Do you know what's so mad about that? Yeah, I see that on every women's match day, and I always think, oh, what are they doing? Like, I would love to join that, but more time, I'm either cutting it fine, getting to the stadium on time, or I just want to get there and just chill, not go and meet fans and do a fan walk. But it was part of some content I was doing. But I know the girl that runs the supporters club for Arsenal, so we went to meet her. And honestly, I feel like I want to do it every game. It was sick.
Really?
I walked in, so I had to do some content and say, yeah, this is a supporters club meet up. I opened the door because I've never been there before. I opened the door to the pub, and honestly, my genuine reaction was like, "What?" The pub was it was full. You could just see red
I love
scarves.
that.
It was 10 a.m. on a Sunday.
I love that.
The pub was full up. Everyone was chanting, singing, and then they did the walk. And I was like, "Can you go at the front?" I was like, "No, this ain't my thing. I'm not trying to be the leader of the band here." I was like, "No, go at the front." And I thought, "No, this is cringe." But then, like 5 seconds in, I'm like, "No, this is a vibe."
Yeah, vibes and still. I love that. So the game ended 1-0.
Yeah. Thankfully.
Yeah, I was about to say you guys kind of scraped that. But
Oh gosh.
boy, all I'm gonna say is Alessia Russo. Boy, I'm not jealous or nothing.
Go on.
But I just want to talk about how much of an impact she's had for Arsenal
Yeah.
this season since moving from Manchester United. Talk to me.
Do you know what? At first, it was a bit shaky. It's always hard to like move from one club to another big club. Like obviously, Man United are growing in stature, but they're a big club in whole. So to move from Manchester to Arsenal, I felt like she was always gonna have pressure on her, and she didn't exactly hit the ground running straight away.
I was giving her pressure.
Is it?
Yeah, I was like,
But-
you better deliver.
But she delivered. Obviously, even though we didn't qualify for Champions League, she delivered in
was
those
tough,
preliminary games,
Yeah.
and she's showing what she can do now. Now that Beth Mead's back as well, the way them two link up, sensational. Like the assists that Beth Mead gives to Alessia Russo, and she's helping us get those. Like that goal yesterday, I was thinking we had about I haven't got the stats, but about 10 to 12 chances in the first half, and it's like no one's finishing these chances, and that's exactly what happened in the reverse fixture. Then boom, Tottenham counter one, like they win the game. So I was thinking it's going to be another one of those days, but thankfully Alessia Russo turned up.
Big
Hit
finisher.
miss.
Big finisher, man.
Yeah, and we got the 3 points. But it's been I don't even know how to describe that this season so far.
I feel like the season's been decent for. Okay, this is how I see the season.
But
so
we
far.
go and beat Chelsea and then we lose to Spurs.
Yeah, but Chelsea and Man, I think they're on the same points now, no? Chelsea and Man United on the same points now, yeah.
City, you know.
City,
Man
yeah.
City on the same points, yeah. Arsenal just a little bit below, and with the injuries that Chelsea have, I really believe this could be the year that Arsenal leapfrog it and actually.
And what about
go
City?
forward
Yeah, I
and
was
win
gonna
it.
say.
What about City?
I feel like
City are just scoring goals for fun.
towards the
Money's
end of the
just in a
season.
kind of
Towards the
rush.
end of the season, you might see a drop off with City.
I hope you're right.
I think Arsenal will go. You guys have overcome all your injuries, unless somebody else gets injured again.
God forbid.
God forbid. Touch wood.
We've had enough.
Actually,
Hey!
Wow.
no, I'm playing. I don't wish injury on nobody. But I feel like with a fully fit Arsenal team and a struggling Chelsea team, and I'm not being funny, an unproven Man City team when it comes to like WSL title races, right? I do think this could be it where Arsenal
you're right, man.
edge it.
No, I
But
hope
you
you're
ain't
not.
got nothing else to fight for.
I know. Literally, we've got to go full throttle. We was talking about this a lot
Yeah.
yesterday, but I was thinking, like you just said, they've been unproven, but this could be City's year. I hate to say it. Like, because they've come close so many times, second, then they drop off a bit, but they're in this race. And they're not shying away from it. So
you just don't want to say that Arsenal going to win WSL, but it's fine.
I would love them to, but I don't see that fight from them yet.
So
I'm not seeing it.
As it stands right now, I think we're about 16 games in, yeah? More than halfway through. Who do you think is going to pick up that trophy at the end of the season?
Well, the way
The way
Football's
things are looking
going.
at the moment.
football's going in every league, It's the same winner every year. It's
Chelsea,
the same
Chelsea,
winner in the,
Chelsea,
in the WSL, in the
Chelsea,
Premier
Chelsea,
League, in the
Chelsea,
Bundesliga.
Chelsea.
They'll give other teams a bit of hope and then bang.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping for that as well.
Emma's lost her R, innit?
Yeah,
I need her.
literally.
I need her to just finish on a high.
Oh, we got this storyline going on in the WSL as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
That
yeah,
same
yeah.
storyline that's
That
happening
last
in the
hurdle.
WSL is happening with Liverpool.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but Emma Hayes' storyline is more iconic. If we're being completely honest,
In what
completely
way?
honest.
They're both hold weight. Though.
Yeah, no, they both hold weight, but like Emma's story at Chelsea, what she's achieved at that club, like, well, obviously we'll talk about Liverpool and all of this stuff, like in men's football, but I feel like the fact that she's won so many trophies, gone through so many teams, have like even players that are in other teams now that are thriving, she's had a part to play in their careers. You know what I mean? The fact that she's able to have so many stars and still rotate the team and still keep everyone happy because the way she is, like that Chelsea are gonna miss her like
100.
so bad. But yeah, no, I need Chelsea to win. I need them to win.
Of course, she would
everything.
say that.
I know, no, but like genuinely, like when did I jump on women's football properly? I'd say it was the back end 2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago when I started watching it properly because I always knew about Emma Hayes and I've met her a couple times and she's like a proper. Like she's proper loves football.
Literally,
Like
you can listen to her
talk
talk about it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So when I started hearing her commentary, I was like, nah, I need to check in. And then obviously the fact that the women's team were doing so much better than the men's team at the
It was
time as well.
depressing. You had to switch.
Yeah, I had to switch it up. But
That
yeah,
was us
man,
at one point as well.
she's amazing, man. She's amazing. She's amazing. What are you saying, Reece?
I think I'm going City, you know.
Is it? Sure.
Bunny
that's
Shaw.
it.
Yeah, she's just.
But
Every time.
Lauren
Aggressive.
Hemp. But my thing is, yeah, if touchwood, because I actually love Bunny Shaw. Let's say she gets an injury, who do they look to?
Chloe Kelly,
Yeah, but
Lauren Hemp.
it's not the same as the impact that Bunny Shaw's having.
No, I hear you.
You know, like touch wood again. I'm gonna keep touching wood because I fuck with her. I like her. But where did the answers come from? Can it come from Lauren Hemp, Chloe Kelly for the rest of the entire season?
With
Can
that
it-
There's not
pressure.
that long to go, you know. Not that
How
long.
long is there to go actually?
What month are we in? It's like 3 more months.
March. Yeah,
Nah,
3
man,
months.
there's still a
But
lot to play
Oh, we're in
for.
March. Oh, yeah.
when
And then
you get to crunch time,
we got to play Man City next week as well in the semi-finals. So it's like, oh wait, but then Chelsea have Champions League as well. Ooh,
Oh.
techie.
Throw that one in there.
Techie. I personally think, and this is just me expecting nothing, expecting the disappointment. I honestly think Arsenal might win the WSL. Honestly.
fair.
But
There you go.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll take that, of
We'll
course.
see. We'll see what
I'll
happens.
be
by
there at
the-
the parade.
Yeah, of course. You'll be
yeah,
singing,
I'll be there with you in my mask.
But let's move on to the Manchester derby because that was the biggest game of the weekend, and I don't think it disappointed. I think it was a great game, but it was just pure domination by City. Like
Well, second half.
even the first half, I think Rashford's goal was incredible,
Yeah.
100%.
but City ran them off the park. Like I've never seen a Manchester derby be dominated by one side as much as, especially the second half, as much as I saw yesterday. That was like slightly embarrassing for United.
Even more than, what was it?
But they've beaten him 5-0 or something,
6-3 or something like that?
Yeah, but
like,
they
something
were
mad.
fighting. Yesterday, they didn't fight at all. The second half, I believe City had 86% possession in that half. Do you know what it is to have what is it? I don't know. Wait, I think they had 17% possession. United had 17% possession in that half. Do you know how bad that is?
What, in the first half or
they're
the
not
second,
even
there.
second half?
That is terrible.
But my thing is, yeah, you see when Pep came out from the dugout, yeah, after the second half, yeah, I swear to God, he looked like he's seen red.
Yeah.
Those players, those Man City players,
said something.
He's
Of
said
course,
something.
Haaland missed a
Oh my
sitter.
God.
Yeah.
Big
What's
time.
going on
Something.
with the last few games as well?
No, you say that, but he bagged 5, no?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
He bagged 5 again.
He's
Oh,
moving.
You know what I mean? People actually
It's
forget.
up and
You know what's
down.
so mad? Like, one of my guys put in a group chat, I think it was the game before. He had that mindset and he was like, oh, we need to start a conversation about how Haaland, his conversion rate. I
What?
said,
His
you
conversion
guys,
rate?
you lot need to relax. Next game, he scores 5. Even if, like, we can talk about all the best strikers in the league or the league has ever had, they miss big chances.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
they all do. But the thing is with Haaland, he will always get those chances. Like, that's why I'm like, okay, cool. I can't see past them this season. I can't see
The
past.
thing is with Haaland as well, his expectations are so high now. I expect him to score every game week. I think that's what the problem is. Like, because he's not scoring. Yeah, he gets an assist here and there for Foden or whatever, but it's like, you haven't scored today. And we've all captained you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. What we saying for United. Let's start with United because we can talk about City and we'll talk about how it means for the league. Yeah, but Manchester United at this point they've lost 11 league games. I think out of all the top teams, they concede the most shots. They've had a lot of injuries. To be fair to them, I think I saw a stat before the game about the amount of times that they've changed their back line. So obviously that is going to affect the team. But who are we blaming for this? Because Rashford brought out his player tribunal. Is it tribunal or is it tribune?
Tribune.
Yeah, he brought that out. Everyone was saying, "Oh, why are you bringing that out before the game?" He scores a rocket, and then he's kind of quiet for the rest of the game. Who are we blaming for where United are currently?
What in general, like overall, the bold guy.
Who? Ten Hag?
Yeah.
You're not naming him.
Yeah,
I was like, there's plenty of bold guys.
Oh, do you know what? It's true, but it has to be him. Like, who else is there to blame? Everyone can go hard on the players. Everyone say the players need to be doing more, be more accountable. That is absolutely fine. Yeah, I can't remember the exact substitutions that he made, but the subs he made killed the game against Man City, and I can only imagine that this is a reoccurring thing and a reoccurring issue. 11 losses. You have more losses than Chelsea.
But
Chelsea are sitting in 11th.
the injuries though.
It doesn't matter.
And also that's just who's. I think it was Amrabat, Anthony, and I can't remember the other sub, but.
A young boy. No, it was a young boy. I never heard of him.
Yeah, it was a right back.
I was like, who is that?
That's all that's really on the bench. That's the problem. It's like, again, what did you say? 87% possession City. Who do you have?
To compete with that.
Yeah, that's what they've got on the bench.
But my thing is, don't change what's not broken. You know.
But it was broken because the injuries.
No. I'm talking about against Man City.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I believe, and I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I'm sure that they will come out soon. I think Rashford was injured. Like there was a point. There was a point where he went down in the first half, and he got up proper gingerly, and he was looking over to the bench. And I think Ten Hag said before the game that there are players that have sacrificed a lot just to play this game. And when I saw the way he was moving, because obviously people have been getting onto how he moves in games and stuff like that, and you can say that, but he literally wasn't moving unless the ball was like 2 or 3 yards away from him. And when you look to their bench, they've got Anthony, they've got Ericsson, they've got a lot of young players that have never even played in a Manchester derby, let alone against the best team in the world. Like, it's a lot for them to walk into.
So then what's their injury list like right now?
It's heavy.
Who? I honestly, like, I genuinely, I'm not.
So they've got Mount out, Martinez, Shaw, Maguire, I believe he's out injured.
Is Martial?
Yeah, where's Martial?
Martial's out injured.
It doesn't really count.
It doesn't, but it does. When you talk about experience, Wan-Bissaka.
Oh, yeah. Did you say Højlund?
Højlund.
That's who was missing. Because
that's 8 players.
The thing is, like, most of them are defensive players, yeah. And I don't think defensively Man United were awful. I don't think, especially in the first half, they kept City at bay. And obviously Haaland had his misses and stuff, fine. But I don't think that they were awful. I think changing how you moved going forward was kind of where they got a bit, I don't know, for me.
They were awful. They were awful.
I don't think they were awful.
I think they were. I think we're just saying that. Like, think about the game think about the game against Chelsea. Like, we had chances, they had chances, they missed chances, yeah. But United were just getting dominated. It's like there wasn't hope for them.
Yo, it's Prince. Let's keep it 90. Where's all my gamers at? Make sure you follow us on Twitch and YouTube. And you know what? If you think you're ready, if you think you got the skills, come join us. Let's see what you're made of, man.
Nah, it's all right, man. You're working, man.
Man United's replacement.
You're working, man. But I think when you look at the game yesterday, you just can't. I can't say that it is solely. I think Ten Hag maybe could have set them up a bit differently, but I think City are just 10 times better than them, man.
But
They're just 10
I
times
also
better.
look at the first half, and I just think, what did Ten Hag change from the first half to the second half?
Nothing.
You sure?
He changed nothing. I think it was the same. I think City just took their chances, and Foden said, "I'm gonna be the star boy today."
I don't
looked
know.
at-
I
it
feel
was
like
Pep's
they were.
attitude, even going into half time, like
Oh,
with
we
Pep.
spoke about it when he came out.
Yeah, like
his eyes were
but
red.
even before it, like he was just smiling. Like Pep just didn't look stressed.
Yeah.
Like Rashford's went and scored that kind of goal, and when someone
feel
scores
like
that kind
I
of goal,
watched
it
a
looks like
different
it's your day. It looks like if that goal, by the way, from Rashford was crazy. But
Yeah.
Great
when
goal.
someone scores that kind of goal, you start to think, oh wait, this might not go the way you think it's gonna go. Pep was not stressed.
I feel like I watched a different match. I saw him stressed.
No,
I think he
saw
did
him
look stressed at one
halftime.
point.
Yeah.
When Haaland
It
misses
was
the
like-
Haaland
he
miss.
looked-
Oh no,
stressed.
the Haaland miss was one of them, but that's just like I think that's just normal. But when you look at his he was speaking to his assistant, he was speaking to and it was just like he knew Man United weren't gonna do it. He was calm.
It never. Did
That's
you
so
think that
cheeky.
United were going to win that game? Did
No,
we?
of course
Were
not.
we
Do you know
watching
what? I
that
was
thinking?
totally
You
on
know
the
what?
best.
Yeah,
I thought, going into half time, because of the way I feel like they forced City into a lot of errors in the first half. So I thought if they continue this way going into the second half, it could land as a draw. I didn't ever see them winning. But the second Foden got his second, I didn't see them coming back.
Yeah, no, I think that City dominated. But what we saying for the Rashford letter? Like, what's everyone's opinion on that? Like,
I
people,
haven't even read it.
you haven't read it.
No.
Do you think that it was poor timing?
There's so many things that are poor timing in this game. We see it all the time. Like on a match
Yeah,
day,
man.
players, it's not the players though, it's the team around them, their publicists, whatever. But even them, it's like either they don't have a footballing background or they just don't care. But maybe for them, they think in the long run that's a good idea to have people having different conversations and different viewpoints before a big game, so that your attention's away from the negatives.
Yeah.
But then again, most people are going to find a negative in anything.
Yeah.
But what did it say?
So he did a letter basically talking about his commitment to United, and he
Oh.
was like saying that he's laughing at people. It's basically laughable, people questioning his mentality at playing for United and when he's playing at his best and like where he's come from and things like that. And I watched it and I read bits of the article and I was just like, he's been scrutinised for years now as Manchester United, one of their better players, yeah. And I think, like you said, timing, it can be wrong at any point.
Yeah.
It can be right at any point as well. If it was at the end of the season, be like, oh, you can't do anything about it now. Like, why are you putting this out? He put it out and then he scores an absolute screamer.
It's good
like,
timing.
and if they had gone on to get a result, the whole narrative would have been different.
would have been
But,
different.
but it's just the fact that I just don't like the fact that United fans have fully like turned on him. Like I don't get it. Yeah, they proper like I was talking to one of my guys, Aaron. I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying it. Yeah, because he was saying that he think the timing was poor. He doesn't get like why he's doing that when he knows he's been playing poorly. But it's like he's one of your better players, and it's not even a thing of a player that's come from outside. He was
your player.
born and bred
Yeah.
Manchester United.
Through and through.
You want to back him. It's like Mount. Remember when people are actually trying to quit, like saying, "Oh, why are you always supporting Mount?" It's like, bro, he came through the academy.
he's literally
Like,
one
of
of our
course I'm
boys.
gonna support him. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I think about it. And I think if he is injured and he's trying to play through that, which we've seen him do in the past, then he just needs the support of the United fans. To be honest.
People who are saying it's wrong timing and he's past it and they should sell him, blah blah blah.
Past it.
A lot of
Hey.
people are saying it because he came into the scene young.
Yeah.
People were like, oh, he's peaked already. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
blah,
Is he
blah, blah.
35? About
Can you
past
imagine?
it?
I'm just seeing all of these narratives, yeah. And I'm just, I look at it and I'm like, what more do you want from him in a team that's already damaged? You know, the team is damaged. Everything's heavy on him already because he's expected to be the best player of the team. He's not Ronaldo. He's not Messi. He's my age. Like he's still a young boy. Like the pressure that
She
he
just
has
wanted
on
to
his.
say that so she could come across young and like, he's my age.
Yeah, he's young in football terms, baby.
I just wanted to let everybody know. But no, he is a young boy. So
Yeah.
putting all of
that's
this pressure on him, just relax. Because if he now ups and goes to PSG, yeah,
He should have left from time.
he should have.
He should have left
He
from
should have
time,
done it.
but he loves
But
United.
he loves it.
I-
And if
and-
he
and I
goes to
think United
PSG,
fans
who does he
gotta
replace
respect
with?
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
They gotta
They don't
respect that.
care.
I had a
Yeah. They
conversation,
should.
and I want to actually hear you guys' opinion. Yeah, Martinelli or Rashford? Who we go? Who's the better winger? Because
Overall, like
overall,
their whole career.
I want to hear
Over,
Pippa's.
just overall.
No, you start.
No, overall, I'm saying Rashford. I'm
Why?
saying Rashford because I think Rashford is. If Rashford was in the Arsenal side, I think you would be clear at the top. if we're talking about the best of Rashford.
Nah.
This is what I wanted to see.
No. This is
Look
such a straw man argument.
Yeah.
Because you said the best of Rashford. Are you talking about the best of Rashford and the best of Martinelli? Or are you talking about
But
them
okay,
right now?
so even if we go right now, Martinelli's still not at his best
But he's better
Arsenal.
than Rashford.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
I'm picking the Martinelli right now over Rashford right now, respectfully.
And also, what patch am I getting of Rashford? Because
What patch are you getting of Martinelli? Rashford scored 30 goals last season.
Which
What's
is
your
very
now?
good.
No,
No,
but
that's
what is
very-
Martinelli on now?
I'm just not.
No, but I'm asking you.
saying,
Asked
30 goals,
me.
no, but
Hey,
30
Coach
goals
is about to go.
No,
Yeah,
but
you know
30
what
goals
Coach
is
is
great.
like. There we
No,
go.
but it's great. But the problem that we have with Rashford is he scored 30 goals last season. He'll score 10 this season. The season before
Ain't that
that,
the same with Martinelli?
season before that.
It's less.
No,
It's
Martinelli never
less.
play consistently like Rashford.
Yeah.
Rashford's on the
Oh.
score sheet.
So then why are we
every
talking?
game.
So then why are we
Wow.
talking about him as if
what's the
he's
conversation?
Because
better?
Man United need a Rashford. Arsenal don't need a Martinelli like that because we've got other players that are bringing up the team. No, we obviously need is a strong word. Obviously, we need a Martinelli.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was gonna
I'm
say,
trying to say in
yeah.
comparison that like United need him on the first team.
I actually
Whereas we could play a Trossard instead of a Martinelli.
No, but you would. It won't work the same. You need.
does.
I
It
get your point though.
It does.
It doesn't work the same.
Like we can switch it up. You have to play Rashford.
Don't say me.
Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot. Yeah, United need to play Rashford.
But the thing is, I can hear what you're saying, yeah. But I feel like it is very wrong. I thought you was gonna be honest. I feel like you guys.
So basically, you answered the question. But
Yeah,
there's only
and
one
I
answer to that question.
thought because
So why do you want me to answer?
knowing you guys, I thought that you'd be honest and say that Rashford is the better winger. Like that's what
He's
I
had
thought.
better seasons. He has.
So how is
He's also
Martinelli
been in
better?
the game longer.
Yeah.
you know what I
So
mean?
then how is so you're all making but do you
What's
get
your
what I'm
question?
saying?
What's your question?
I'm
So
You
if
said
you're
if I was to take a player right now.
if you were to have a left winger, yeah, who would that left winger be?
Obviously, I like
taking
Rashford,
Martinelli.
but I'm not saying.
Okay,
I'm
so
sticking
that's-
with Martinelli though.
Yeah.
Okay.
you
What are
know-
you saying, Prince?
Like I still need to understand
Yeah,
these
it's a mad
parameters here
question.
because these parameters
Who is
need to be.
who is the better winger?
Like, why are we even comparing them?
No,
Why
who
is
is
Rashford
the-
always getting
Winger?
compared to someone?
Who is the better winger?
A better winger.
Yeah.
As a winger solely,
Rashford is.
I think
a winger.
Martinelli is a better winger.
That's what I lean towards.
Look at
man.
the
As a
pace on him
winger,
as well.
just as a winger. If
Okay.
you want to talk about as being a forward,
Because you see, when I see Rashford getting back defensively, he's not defending nothing, you know. He's not even putting in the work. Martinelli in the last 2 seasons, when he gets back, I don't know what Arteta's told him. When he gets back, he's covering. Except for against Porto. I don't know what he did
I
there.
feel like
Rashford's
Martinelli.
not
Yeah,
always
that
that.
one, I don't know what he did against
but you
Porto.
know what? You can have one of those. Though. You can have one
I
of
feel like
those.
Martinelli, like I enjoy watching him as a winger.
Yeah,
Like he's like a
sometimes-
proper winger, you know.
And the thing is with Martinelli,
So Martinelli's
as well, what I
better
like
than
about
Rashford.
him-
I didn't
No,
say
I'm
he's
not
better
saying
than
that,
Rashford.
I
I
know what
did
it is.
not
Your
say
parameters
that.
right now
Your
are
man.
no, but
So
your
what are you
parameters,
saying? What are
no,
you
but your
actually saying?
parameters are kind of crazy because you're not giving
Yeah,
us
Sab.
clear.
I just
You know what I'm
said
saying?
who is the better winger,
This
and you're
is
all making
emotional
arguments
manipulation.
for
because it's-
Martinelli.
Nah, because it's like, are you saying if we're saying this season, I'm taking Martinelli. That is my thing.
But
If it's
wait.
this season, I'm taking Martinelli.
And also, if you're saying winger, the better winger is Martinelli. If you're saying better footballer, it's a different conversation.
That's just not true.
It is.
It's
It
just
is.
not true.
It
The
is.
best of Rashford that we have seen has been from him playing left wing.
Yes,
so I don't understand
but
where that
at the
has
same
come
time,
from.
one of Rashford's best attributes is that he's a shooter. I wouldn't say one of Martinelli's best attributes is that he's a shooter.
If they're at their best and both of those players are driving at you, you'll be more fearful of Rashford. That's just factual.
That it
Why?
might,
Why?
Because
it,
he's
you
got-
may or
he's-
may not.
he's got-
Have you
What
seen,
about
have you
that?
seen Martinelli's feet?
Yeah, I was about
You're
to
not
say.
sure.
My
Wait, so don't
goodness.
tell me
So
right now.
I'm hearing it now because you know there's been sometimes Rashford when
When
he's
he runs at you, you're just a bit
it's
like-
Yeah,
scary.
it's
It's
scary.
It is
It's
scary.
Because of
It
his
is.
stature
It's
as well,
scary.
he's bigger.
Exactly,
and,
but
and he's techie on the, but then the thing is, you see what a lot of
Sam is pissed.
Nah, because I'm shocked.
I
I'm
don't
shocked.
see
I'm shocked.
sometimes you
Rashford
see
as a winger,
Rashford
like-
is sometimes
He is a
like-
winger though. He's a
I
winger.
see him as a left forward. I don't know how to explain
But how does
it.
that make sense?
I don't
It's
know
a
how to
weird- I
explain
get
it.
what
You
you
get
mean.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
get
Like,
what you mean.
it's
'Cause
hard for me
don't
to
forget, modern
describe him as a
football's
winger.
changed, though.
No, but you lot are
Inverted.
overcomplicating it. though.
No, he's like,
modern
yeah,
football's
inverted
changed. There's a difference
wingers, all
between
of
a
that.
forward and a winger now. Like, you got to kind of try
different.
to separate
Like,
it now.
I
Like,
don't
left back
see.
to
Why do you
left
pick
back
Martinelli
to
over
more.
Rashford, by the way?
He's a United fan,
No,
man.
no.
Like,
I
it has
picked
to be
it.
secretly.
Right,
You see,
Rashford
Martinelli's
is-
more
Rashford
of a
is defo better.
traditional.
He's a
winger.
traditional
He's a
winger.
traditional winger.
Yeah.
Rashford is not a traditional winger.
What
he's
is-
a,
what's-
he's a
He's a
modern day
left
forward.
forward.
He's a modern day forward. That is two different things, bro.
Thank you.
It is two
Okay,
different things.
I'm not gonna argue anymore. I want to know everyone else's opinion on this because I'm clearly outnumbered. I'm clearly
it's-
outnumbered. You guys, we can talk about this after because there's no
yeah,
point of doing
yeah,
this anyway
yeah,
because
yeah.
you lot just are just
I want
it's
to make
just
it clear.
crazy.
I love Rashford as a footballer.
Nah. Nah,
He's not
hearing
having it. He's
Not
not
hearing
having
it.
it.
Let's talk
For
about
heritage English.
let's talk
Nah,
about
Rashford,
City.
man.
Let's talk about
We
City
love you, Rashford.
and what this run-in means for them. They've obviously beaten Manchester United now. They've got Arsenal and Liverpool in their next few games. If they are able to win those 2 games, are we saying that the league is theirs?
It's always been there.
Yeah,
man.
I think the league's already there. Yeah.
You see, last July we predicted Man City will win the league. Nothing's
Yeah,
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, I feel like the only person or the only club that can cause an upset is Liverpool. No disrespect to Arsenal, but I think the way things are moving for Liverpool right now, the luck, the officials, the way everything's officiating,
They've had bad luck
marinating
as well,
together.
though, this season.
Since Klopp has announced that he's departing,
It's
they've
true,
had
there's
nothing but
definitively-
good
There's
luck.
been nothing but
Yeah.
Nothing
pure
but
backing.
good
Yeah.
luck.
Yeah.
So that's I only see Liverpool upsetting them, not because Arsenal's not good enough to, but just because
The script.
the
man.
script,
It's just the
you know,
script.
the
Right.
narrative, everything.
I agree. But I also do think that because City are that team that everyone's banking on, and Liverpool have got the story around Klopp, I think Arsenal can just sneak in there. I just feel like it can happen because Arsenal are scoring goals, they're defending well, set pieces, injuries, all the players coming back. Like they
do you know
could
what?
do something.
Arsenal still have, I think, Man United, Tottenham, Man
Chelsea.
City,
Chelsea as well.
Chelsea. Not really that.
But
But
we're
we can count that. Whatever.
We need to do something.
Whatever.
To them. We need to do something to them.
Whatever. I have no faith, right?
I'm more worried about Bournemouth at home,
But
man.
you know, even
No,
that.
you're not.
No, because
What did
think
this was
about
last
it.
season, please? It ruined us.
It's true. And it's like that you guys
That
still
is
have all
just-
these teams to come up against, and those are going to be cup finals each time that you play these teams. It has to be a cup final. So that's where it's like, can your players sustain all of that pressure
The mentality as well.
and the mentality? Let's see how far you guys have come from last season.
I
And that's
prefer
what
us to
I was saying
sneak
a
up.
couple of weeks ago, though.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
When Shiz and Coach wanted to attack me.
And I was just saying.
Yeah,
what did they say?
No, because all I said a couple of weeks ago is that this time last season, Arsenal was winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you lot have improved, but you lot were winning. So the difference is where you lot started to crumble, that's where we're going to see if Arsenal's actually better or not.
Yeah.
That's it. You've improved, but are you better? It's
Yeah.
like 2 win the league. We got to see when the period where you started losing. And then when you get
Where
to
we
that
are,
period, let me
yeah.
see what you're really saying now. That's
I
but
prefer
obviously,
being-
Nah,
some men
Coach
weren't
is-
trying to
Coach
hear me,
is-
yeah.
Coach,
Some
what
men
you
weren't
saying
trying-
though? What
'cause
you
some
saying
men-
though?
But we ain't even heard from them since the
Yeah,
Porto
no.
thing.
So what are you saying?
Yeah.
Because
Hold
remember,
on.
Cook.
I'm just saying
Oh,
though.
there's another cup we can talk about as
Wait,
well.
who do you actually
Respectfully,
support?
Okay.
though, yeah.
So there's another
Oh, no,
cup
he
we ain't
supports
talked about
Chelsea.
either.
I'm a Chelsea fan.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly. So you have to do with every week.
No, but what are you saying, Coach? Because obviously you was very vocal 2 weeks ago when we was talking about Arsenal and Champions League and the league, and Anita was saying that it takes a lot to get to that like position where you can be that confident in that competition.
You talk about Champions League now?
Yeah. But also, like, obviously, she said Premier League is you're more likely to win it than the Champions League.
Yeah, but I mean, this is also proving what I was saying even a couple of weeks ago. So you take the Premier League, we can sit here, be on a perfect run of form, but again, you have City to deal with. Champions League, as long as you keep beating the teams in front of you,
Did
go
you beat
through,
Porto?
you eventually get
What
through.
was the reason?
This
No,
is it.
because like I asked him,
silly.
yeah,
It was
can
silly.
you
I just
sustain the
felt that.
pressure when you are away from home 1-0 down? Obviously,
We
the
lost
goal
the game
came.
30 seconds before
Obviously,
the
you
end of the match.
came.
Not one
But
team.
did you score?
Yeah.
We will see in the second
Did
leg.
you win?
We will see in the second leg.
No, I'm
that
not
wasn't what
but
you were
that's-
saying
that's not
though.
what
That
you were
wasn't what
saying.
you were
But the
saying
point
at
was
the
she was saying when
time.
we're 1-0 down.
No, but we
can
got to keep it to the facts. Like I can't lie.
Thank
What
you.
Anita said, and
Yeah.
I have to because that I can't lie. That video when I watched it, I said this is gonna hit like crack,
Yeah.
like because it was crazy.
But it's not
because
proved the point yet.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, remember when Anita
kinda
was saying
has.
to you, can you go away to Porto? Can you go away to these? And you was like, rah, it's not about league form, cup form, and then you still lost. It was like, all right, what's Cook's gonna
I
say?
feel like everyone keeps taking we pick and choose what I said. I also mentioned the fact that in these tournaments you got 2 legs.
Yeah.
I'm benching
Yeah.
that.
I feel like you lot get
hold on.
through.
So we lost with 30 seconds to go because Martinelli, I love you,
No, but it's
that
Champions
pass
League,
that
though.
was ridiculous.
It was.
But we lost it. 30 seconds to go. No team's gonna come back and get.
It's not about. It's not about.
But
So
coming
now,
back,
do you
though.
know-
so now
do you
all
know
it
what
is
it is?
second leg. We have
It
to do what we
also
need to do.
weren't even about that. You're still away from home, and I'm not saying you guys played poorly, but there was a lot of pressure in that stadium from the away fans.
Imagine
My
the
point
Bernabeu.
was exactly, you go away to the Bernabeu, it's 10 times worse. You go away to Napoli, like I don't like their fans, but Napoli fans are on it. And I'm just saying, like, if the 1-0 came from half time, for example, are you guys going to be able to sustain that pressure and score 2 goals? Obviously, I don't know because it hasn't happened.
Exactly.
But
There's no evidence so far.
but
That was 30
either way-
seconds before
but
the end of the
either
match.
way-
But it's a
either
90-minute
way,
game. You got to stay
in
locked
the
in
90
for
minutes,
91.
you didn't score
Bro.
in the 90 minutes.
You got to stay locked
It's
in.
over
Let's not-
two
They have a shot on
legs.
target.
But I
You
still
lot acting like
think
we're out already.
I still
No, I'm not saying that. I think you're going to go through.
because
But
remember
what
one
I'm
of
saying is
the
you're
one of
going
the
against
things that I said, one of the things that I said, remember, is your home form is going to save you because
Yeah.
when you go to the Emirates now, that's a fortress. That
Yeah,
the
I
fans
think
are going to
you're
be
gonna win.
the people that get that ball into the net for you guys. I don't doubt you going to the next round. I'm just saying if the second leg is away at Napoli or away at the Bernabeu next
Yeah,
time,
different.
I think what
are
we
you going to
also-
sustain
but
it?
I think also what we're forgetting with Arsenal is, and I guess we've moved on to this Champions League segment now.
Well, yeah,
But
bring
what
it.
I'm saying is, one thing that we've seen about Arsenal this season is we keep tweaking, we keep learning from our mistakes. So even what the Porto manager, I think he said, he mentioned the fact our tactics were to win, Arsenal's were to play. So now, if anything, as what we've seen so far this season, what Arteta's going to probably do now is, okay, we now need to make the adjustments so that we're not there to play, we're there to win. And that's what we need to start seeing. That's what we've been showing, as we were talking about a couple of weeks ago with Liverpool. Couldn't finish all them chances, done a bit of tweaking. 2 weeks later, we go and beat Liverpool. I think the whole idea is, this is the first time in God knows how long we've been in the Champions League and we're out the group stages. So now it's a case of Porto, that home game, was the first experience we've had of that
In years.
in years.
Yeah,
So
years.
we've had a taste of it.
Years.
We've seen what happens when we just try to play exactly how we just want to. Listen, I'm trying my best to ignore these guys and some of these digs, you know.
No, that
But
thing was crazy.
They keep going. They keep going.
Nah, fair enough. I agree. I actually think you guys are going to get through, but
It's crazy that everyone's confident about that, you know.
Do you not think so?
Porto are on good form right
no,
now.
they are
Yeah,
very,
this
very
one
good
of
form.
them.
But
I said it-
I
just
want
feel
to be
like-
confident
No,
for
but
them
I just
because
feel
if it
like
happens,
Arsenal are
I'll be here.
Arsenal are gonna just want it that much more.
I hope so.
Because there was a crazy. You like ain't won a
Last
like,
16 for
since.
Years. And even
Long
Arteta's
before he was
record in
out.
Europe isn't great.
Ain't great.
Yeah.
So,
So
there's a lot, but I just feel
there's a lot
like,
riding
yeah,
on it still.
You lot, but hey, if you lot don't, that show that day.
Yeah,
that
we're going to be there. We're going to be there.
Beware, I'll be at home.
No. We'll call you back
be-
and
I'll
My
you.
phone's not even. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
I don't have a phone.
I will actually have it in your area.
Oh my God.
I'll wait till I see
Word,
it.
we'll do a pod on the road
We'll do a
still,
pod on the road.
outside your yard, honestly.
Yeah.
But let's go into another conversation. I feel like we have to talk about
the
the
he said he's been saying for time he
He's
ain't gonna be here.
he will be. You gotta face the music, bro. You gotta face the music still. But let's talk about referees for a little bit because I think we're always gonna be talking about refs because of VAR and the fact that some of these refs just they're not up to scratch. They don't know how to deal with pressure. We saw it in the Liverpool versus Nottingham game. We saw it in the Real Madrid game versus Valencia, I believe it is. And it's now at a point where I don't know what happens next. Like the Liverpool game, I feel like I've seen a few conversations about there was still 2 minutes left. So when Liverpool got the ball, Nottingham still had the chance to not concede a goal. But that moment changed the game. It changed the trajectory of what was going to happen. Like if Nottingham had got that ball back, they could have had 2 minutes of them just putting pressure on Liverpool. Liverpool got the ball back as one of the best teams in the league in scoring in the last few minutes. What's going to happen there? And now everyone was saying, oh, why did you get Clattenburg as a flipping advisor? You're seeing it right now because Nottingham have been done dirty.
The referee thing.
Everyone's tired of it.
Deflated.
It hurts because
We've all
this
been hurt.
whole Liverpool that they call it now because it's actually got that crazy. But I can't even just say it's. I think just the refs in general.
It happens in every game. Though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's just bad. I know they're gonna run with the agenda for Liverpool because the Klopp stuff, but refs right now they need to pattern out, and then they're bringing out. Oh, they might be bringing out this blue card thing now, and
Oh, yeah, I heard about
and
that.
all of this stuff, and it's just like when you look at it and you think these referees. When I saw that and I keep looking at it, I'm like, you lot want to keep adding stuff to refs, but it's like they can't even pattern the game as it is currently, and the decisions. I don't know how, like VAR. Up to like how long's VAR been out now?
Since like 2019, I think.
Yeah. So it's been out for
Bloody hell.
it's been out for a while. Still feels like it's in like a beta. It still feels like it ain't. And yet when I look at other sports, like we watch NBA, like I watch a lot of other sports, like even in tennis, for example, like all that video technology works perfectly, no arguments, because they literally look at it and they analyze it and then they speak to the crowd if they need to. And in football, it still feels like I could look at my TV and see something's offside. Why is it taking you lot 5 minutes? I can see it.
It's the angles.
And then why is it that why are you lot showing angles that are weird on the screen?
Yeah.
And then 1 minute it looks like for Carabao Cup, for example, when Jackson looked way offside when I originally saw it. There was another angle it looked like he could have been on, and it's like, what? Like, can we just consistency?
Yeah.
And it's just they're not figuring it out. Do we need new refs?
Yes.
What do we need?
Where are you gonna get them from? Because even the ones in grassroots ain't that good.
Yeah, no cap though, no cap.
it's
But I
true.
feel like it's a system that is just flawed from like from the top to the bottom. Because when you look at like, there's probably
Them man, they're getting paid from
there's only
Barcelona.
like 2 refs that I can say I've watched a performance and I was like, you had a blinder.
Who?
And that was the World Cup final. The World Cup final, that
Yeah.
ref,
The recent one.
yeah,
Yeah.
that ref had a blinder.
It was a good game.
It was a good game.
final,
There was a lot to deal with. There was VARs. There was handballs. There was
Penalties,
penalties.
yeah.
Everything.
Tension,
And he got.
everything.
There was players running on the pitch. Scored. He didn't book people.
Yeah.
Like he was just on the game. Like that's the best refereeing performance I've seen. I don't know the best performance I've seen in the league. Like I don't even know if that's even happened. And what makes it even worse is that in other countries it's the same.
Yeah,
Like what
bad
happened to
right
Jude
across.
Bellingham is crazy.
Yeah.
Like they I don't know if you guys have seen it or not.
Yeah,
but the last minute goal, the referee blew the whistle when I think Diaz
That is an
was.
incompetent ref.
It's crazy.
But he blew it before he made the cross, though, no?
No,
As he was making
as
it
he was
across.
making
You
it
can't-
across.
You can't be doing that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Like the thing is, yeah, the ball goes out. Obviously, the corner comes, takes the corner, and then there's a moment where they've lost the ball. Romage's lost the ball. At that moment,
Blow the whistle.
blow the whistle.
Yeah.
He
And he
did
put
it.
his hands to. He put his mouth
And
to
he,
his
he
hand.
didn't
saw
blow,
that.
but he let them recover the ball,
In the
put a
box.
cross in
Yeah.
as the ball is in the air. To my surprise,
And you can't.
Nah.
It's a wild time to blow, I can't lie.
and Jude's head is literally connecting with the ball
Yeah.
as the last bit of that whistle was going. And I'm even looking at it like in basketball, that still stands. Maybe
Yeah.
there needs to be some sort of ambiguity check in what happens when that happens.
Yeah, but then even
that's
if they
not
do
fair.
that, they'll probably get it wrong anyway.
Right.
Like, this is the thing. Like,
At
it's
what point
so-
did the ref
yeah.
blow the whistle?
It's not.
Jarring.
It don't make sense.
Yeah, but normally it's just they just let the attack go through. They see it through, and then
Yeah.
for whatever reason the referee decided that day.
I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
here
Or
to
just
cause
on
chaos.
violence.
Because normally that's a shut case.
Wasn't it against Valencia?
Yeah.
The whole history
two
behind
clubs.
Valencia and Vinicius Jr.
Yeah.
You want to cause more chaos. Now
What
there's
the
last
more
season
to
to do
add
was
to the
crazy.
history.
You got to give some people something to talk about.
Bruh, the racism wasn't enough, but let's talk about this controversy. Didn't Jude get a red card as well
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
protesting?
Yeah.
The whole thing was a shamble.
And
And,
it's
that
like-
ref should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah, and I feel like another thing with referees is that when they make these mistakes now, it's only now you're starting to see maybe they do some little weak apology for some disgusting decision.
Do you know, do you know what?
And it gets
I'd
on my
rather
nerves.
them not do an apology. I'd rather them
Yeah, it's
stand
poor.
on
Because
business.
nothing's going to change after you said
Yeah,
sorry.
That's it.
stand on business. I don't want to hear that.
don't
Oh,
change
sorry, I
nothing.
was incompetent at my job. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
You shouldn't
poor.
let that go in.
Like, I get it,
I
we
don't
all
wanna
make
hear it.
mistakes, but
Everyone
you can't
does.
afford to make mistakes in that job.
You can't.
But this is the thing,
Unfortunately.
though, everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Everyone's human. No one can be a perfect referee.
Yeah.
But then this is
Yeah.
when you have VAR. But then VAR makes mistakes. Like, It's
Yeah.
like sometimes I feel like I could do the VAR job better than.
Yeah,
some
nah,
people.
facts.
I'm
with
not gonna
VAR.
lie. I will give refs some grace. The VAR thing is very, very difficult to maintain when you're in there, and there's different cubicles and there's just different environments for each game that's happening at the same time as well. And I feel like there is a lot of pressure on the refs back home with the VAR.
If I'm
So I
hon-
will give them some grace, but they do still need to do a lot better.
If I'm honest with VAR, I've been saying this for the time. What they just need to do is, because we already didn't trust the refs in this country anyway. No offense. What they needed to do is, because all these leagues got money, they need to invest in a brand new team dedicated to that. I mean, like, it top to bottom. There's no
An independent
you're
kind
right,
of
you
thing.
know,
Independent.
They even need to
Like,
know ball.
Instead of having
Yeah.
one,
Just know how to work the lines
But then
and
it's
all of that
like,
stuff.
but then it's like with that, does VAR become slower? Because
It's
at
going to
the-
take ages to check
they'll-
it.
yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
But
They
no,
need to be
because
efficient.
If
You have to
they're
be.
techie with
Yeah.
it,
But then it's like, I feel like we're asking for something that probably does not exist.
No, it
because
exists.
No,
It
it is.
exists
Listen,
because it happens in
Someone
other
who
sports.
someone who doesn't watch football to sit there, draw the offside lines.
I'm not even saying someone
And
that
understands it, like,
obviously you want
yeah.
someone
yeah,
that
but
knows
obviously,
football.
but understanding offside is not like because in other sports, you've got dedicated people that do dedicated
Yeah.
things. I don't want the ref that messed up a decision with Southampton last week to be the VAR. Like, what
Yeah,
you doing?
yeah,
Like, why
yeah,
are you
yeah,
here?
yeah.
Like,
I want-
you've
yeah.
messed
There
up
needs to
last
be
week. Now you're in charge of
disciplinary.
VAR.
There needs to be
how does
disciplinary
that,
action,
Yeah, like,
for
how
sure.
does that work? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
In
I'm
a
with you on
team,
that.
you're not there on the pitch. You are the rest for VAR. That's it.
Yeah, I agree
Point blank
with
period.
that. Yeah.
And that would just cut out so
Yeah,
much.
VAR, right? And, let me, you know, and if the money right,
We got to talk about another stinker that has happened this week, and that is Paul Pogba being banned
Oh yeah.
for
forgot
4
about that.
years for doping.
You saw love her, Jackie.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
sorry,
30, he's
you know.
30, 4 years. He's gonna be 34 when he comes out of it. I feel for him.
Yeah.
I feel for him because I think 4
Why do you
years,
feel for
4 years is a lot.
Cause
For
he,
doping.
Yeah.
4 years is a lot.
He's lucky he's not banned indefinitely. For
4 years
doping.
is a lot. We've not seen
Doping.
that. We've not seen that.
But if you look at it in like different sports or in athletics, you are caught doping.
That's
Boy,
it.
that's
Yeah.
it. You're done.
Finito.
He's lucky he got 4 years.
Yeah, but this is football.
Don't matter. So what's up? Make a
Football,
football.
you
but
know,
these-
hey,
but
you know
these-
why?
no,
I
but
think
these-
it's different
prove a
because
point from
that's
now.
more like an individual sport. So that's you. That's like
It's
a
way
major
different.
advantage. Whereas this is a team sport. It's like you're not gonna make that much of a difference to your team's results.
Nah,
but
man,
you
I
know,
feel like
But it's still
Pogba-
obviously it's still
No,
fair.
it's, I don't get it
Pogba's
twisted.
a
It
main
is
character,
bad,
though.
but
Yeah. Main
I'm
character.
talking about the things that have happened to other players that have been guilty of like drugs and dope and all that stuff.
So give
We
us
ain't seen 4
examples.
years. We ain't seen 4. I ain't seen 4.
me an
Rio
example.
Ferdinand, what, 8 months? Was it for Leeds?
Do I even remember that?
There was
That's
someone
great.
there was someone
Is there
recent.
anything
There was someone
recent?
recent.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was someone recent.
I feel like-
a World Cup winner.
I feel like yeah,
What's his name?
I haven't.
It was only a few months as well.
Do you
I
want
ain't
to
see.
Google it?
We ain't seen 4 years though. That's my only thing.
The
4
thing
years
is-
seems like.
The thing is, like,
tough.
I think it's harsh and it's
Me too,
tough.
me
Yeah,
too
Mutu
got
got
done.
done, but I can't
Mutu.
remember how long it was.
I think it's harsh and I think it's tough, but at the same time, football on the scale that it is on right now, they have to make examples out of people,
Yeah.
and it's just point blanks. Period. Doping is not allowed. Full stop. Betting not allowed. Full stop. And when you look at drugs and football and the culture, you don't want to start bringing it and people thinking that it's acceptable. They're only gonna get a slap on their wrist kind of thing. Sorry, no. I really love Paul Pogba, and I don't like how he's been done dirty by the media
last
in
few
this
years,
country.
yeah.
In the
Even
last
his
few
I
years,
career
think that plays a
overall,
part to it,
It's
though.
been
I feel like
so
I feel like
tough.
it all adds to it.
and it all adds to it. And then obviously the whole doping thing, that's where I kind of have to let my love for him go and say, you deserve that, because doping is a very serious offence.
Apparently he didn't know though.
wait, what
what's
was it
the
then?
story then?
So he took something that had what they're saying is illegal in it. I can't remember, but
But it's like
let me
you're-
actually get his
Like on
post.
a night out or something, or like,
But
because
even-
what was it in his system for a few days? Or
Nah,
Even
so
at
he
that-
put on his thing. I've been informed of the Tribunale Nazionale Interdoping's decision and believe that the verdict is incorrect. I'm sad, shocked and heartbroken that everything I've built in my professional playing career has been taken away from me. When I'm free of legal restrictions, the full story will become clear. But I've never knowingly or deliberately taken any supplements that violate anti-doping regulations. As a professional athlete, I would never do anything to enhance my performance by using bad substances and have never disrespected or cheated fellow athletes or supporters of any teams I've played for or against. As a consequence of this decision announced today, I will appeal this before the Court of Arbitration
Okay.
for Sport.
So he didn't knowingly take any drugs,
according to him.
according to him. I mean, if it's not knowingly, then fine. But obviously, you got to prove that you didn't
Yeah,
knowingly
because
do
that is
it.
the answer that
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
will give.
Yeah,
Respectfully.
you got to
Yeah, I
prove
know.
it.
That's what I'm saying. I just think the 4 years is
Yeah.
just a,
It is
I feel like
Yeah,
it's,
4 years.
Reading that.
Yeah, it is, but then
for that is for that.
Yeah, for that.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
it's a bit
for that it is harsh.
Yeah.
But you know where like was he kicking ball though? Like it's just like
But that's what I'm saying. It's just deep because it all started when he went back to Manchester United. But we don't need to.
The downhill.
That's where it
Yeah,
just.
I
but-
wish Man United never touched him again. Honestly, I wish, because his career, God, he's
he had
such a
he had
baller.
He was a one of ones.
He
though.
was one of one.
He was crazy. He was
Damn, man.
It's
Free
deep,
my
man.
guy.
No, free.
Yo guys, you've reached halftime here at Keep It 90. If you like what you hear or see, make sure you give us a follow on all platforms, and also make sure you comment as well. Would love to hear what you lot think.
There's been another. I'd say a stinker. It's not a
How
stinker.
many stinkers this week?
I know, but it's not a stinker. But it's just so Barca. So they basically announced that they're breaking up. They're stopping their collaboration with Nike, and they
Why?
want to create their own football content themselves, football shirt
apparel,
jerseys
like-
and that themselves. Yeah. Obviously, in doing that, the idea is to get more money because we know that financially they're in a bad spot.
But
I
don't Nike
just-
pay them big bucks anyway?
Exactly.
They are the most sold football
Yeah.
shirts, I'm sure, for the last
10
couple
years
of
at
years.
least.
Yeah, so
like,
instead
they-
of like giving Nike their percentage, take it all for yourself.
I'm not mad at that.
I hear
But
it.
do you think that it's gonna go?
Is it gonna sell the
as
same?
smooth
it's not
as
gonna
that?
sell the same.
But the thing is,
There's still production and stuff you got to go through that's going to cost you.
yeah. Honestly, I don't really care for the maths behind it. I think they're just greedy and they're broke.
But that's
And
what I
they're
think.
showing it.
But that's what I'm saying. It just
Can't
doesn't
cost-
seem. It doesn't seem like
not
it's gonna
smart. I
be
don't
as
think it's smart.
as smooth as they think. Okay, we're making money by our shirt sales, so let's take the people that are really putting it in all the stores and
That's
take
what
them
I'm
out of
saying.
it.
It's in the Nike stores. Like,
Yeah,
where are
do
people
you know
going
what I
to
mean?
go?
Even that's what
Where
I'm
are we
saying.
gonna
Because
go
where are we
buy
gonna get
Barcelona
it
shirt
from?
Yeah, it's
And then
Hey.
what price? Because
Hey.
this is what's so funny. This is where Barcelona. I don't think they really thought about it. Yeah, because not only are you getting rid of your distributors that put it everywhere, okay. How much you want to charge? Because now you actually taking off a reputable. So now you're gonna take off a brand. So
Yeah.
it's
So how
like
much
it's
you
like
charge
you
for
gonna
that
get a
shirt?
car with one less wheel, but you want to charge the same price.
No.
That ain't gonna run.
To play devil's advocate with that, the brand is Barcelona. You see what I'm saying? So yes, you're
Yeah.
taking away
And
Nike,
Nike.
but no. I get that. But okay, if you're a Barcelona fan, you don't care if it's Adidas, Puma,
No, factual.
Nike.
Yeah,
factual.
The brand is
But
Barcelona.
where are you buying it from? Because not everyone likes to shop online. Sometimes you want to step into a
Oh,
Nike
yeah,
store or
true.
Puma
They
store and
fumbled
see the
with
shirt
that.
for yourself,
Oh yeah,
try it on.
I mean, you always have in every country a sports director as an example,
Yeah.
but obviously killing off Nike as like
it's crazy.
like going into a Nike store. Obviously,
And
that's
no
a big hit.
replacement.
But again, there are shops out there that will sell. It's Barcelona. So if Barcelona walk up to a sports director and be like, "Here's our shirt," they're gonna put it in. You know what I mean? They're gonna put it up on the shelves.
How many people are walking into a Sports Direct compared to walking into Nike Town?
Listen,
Hey.
I'm with you, but I just think they've
be
clearly
surprised
done
though,
some
you know?
sort of numbers
yeah,
to
no, for
figure
sure.
out.
They're still gonna sell, but
Yeah.
it's just. I just think
It
it's
won't
risky.
be
I
as
think it's just
much.
another big risk that.
Do you know what's
that
so?
Barcelona
Do
are
you know
taking.
what I find so funny about this? Yeah, I think at the end of it, Nike is probably laughing because they're like.
luck.
Yeah, and it's like
Do you, boo?
we don't need to have you no more. You ain't shining like that in
Yeah,
Liga
facts,
no more.
facts.
Your brand is the biggest, but we've still got all these other clubs as well. So good luck to you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not gonna hit Nike at any point. They're gonna be fine. Barcelona, I just hope that they have a good.
Let's put it this way:
Do you know-
can either go one or two ways, really, isn't it? They get rid of it, it bombs, and they're Barcelona anyway. So the reality is they can pick up an Adidas or someone right after that.
Period.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, if they do well, this might be the start of actually other big teams going, actually,
Didn't
we
think of
can
that,
start
you
doing
know?
this ourselves and bring it in house.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where
Oh,
they're the first to
Chelsea
like go
won't
over the
do
hill,
that,
so to
man.
speak.
They won't
So
do it. Chelsea won't do it. Don't worry, we're good. We're good.
We got to quickly talk on the new Champions League format.
Who wants to explain?
There's going to be explaining it is difficult.
Boy.
I'll be honest with you. But basically, it's not the knockout stages anymore. It's like a league format. There's going to be more teams. You have to play more games in, like, let's say the group stages.
So is there still a group stage?
Not really. It's it's a league format.
It's kind of like it
So
technically is a group stage,
But more
league-ish.
teams.
so-
It's basically they've just gone and complained about the Super League and then done the Super.
I was
League.
about to
That's
say,
just
so
how
it's
it
the
is.
Super
We're
League.
back there. We've circled
That
back.
yeah, like that's just what I think
This
it is.
is
They just like, okay,
crazy.
Super League caused us this much of a threat. Teams are really gonna go. We somehow patterned it, and then now we're gonna do their idea.
They said you want Super
Copyright,
League,
like-
we'll give you Super
Yeah.
League.
I don't know whether it's going to be a good or bad thing, but
Terrible.
one of my guys, he actually tweeted recently, and he's like proper into this, like how it can affect football type thing. And he was like, the weaknesses are more games at a time when footballers are under more duress than ever before, so more injuries and less chance of big clubs being eliminated early on because of the fact that it's not just 3 games in the group stage, like you get a lot more games. But he said the strengths are the knockout playout rounds will be absolute carnage, and the UCL isn't ruined after just 3 games for like
Yeah.
a lot of teams. So
Yeah, because like even like Newcastle season first, like we wanted to see
Exactly.
more of them.
Exactly.
But it's done. Do you know what I mean?
and they don't even get to go to Europa.
Yeah.
They don't get to like, and they had like an actual like
Like a proper good group.
a good group.
Yeah.
They done well. Like, so I think there's obviously going to be pros and cons, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's as bad as everyone thinks it will be.
It is bad in some respects because you're talking about the players there, the lack of care. There's so many games, injuries you mentioned. What about the fans? That's more money for us to pay to travel around the world for the fans that want to go, or people that want to pay for these subscriptions to watch it legally.
Yeah, but do you think that means that? But do you think that is the tournament that needs to be sacrificed? Like, could there not be an international tournament? Let's say the Nations League that can just be like, okay, lads.
100%.
Please.
The Nations League, everyone said was a glorified friendly anyway.
Yeah,
So
let's let that go.
Yeah, no one really paid attention to it that much.
Yeah.
Bro, they
It was
tried.
only when I can't lie. It was only paid attention to when Ronaldo went and won it. I think that time that was
Even
it. But,
then, I was just like,
but then after that, like they couldn't really claim it to that war. But anyway, like I don't know, man. I think like the game there was nothing wrong with Champions League.
This is it.
Just keep it. Like
It's
even
so prestigious. Like everyone looks
yeah,
like
like even down to it. Like I know we mentioned that. Yeah, it was a bit harsh on Newcastle, but that's the thrill of the game that makes it, because it's that much more difficult to win, and you could just fall out if you lose 2 games. Like that is the beauty of the Champions League. That's why when people win it, it's not like, oh yeah, you got like, let's keep the prestige, man. Giving all these extra chances, it's just.
Honestly,
Nah, I
I
hear
just feel like, do you know when something is so exclusive? It's like an exclusive club to
Members
be. You know,
only.
members
Do you-
only.
do you-
I don't know why
And
you're
obviously for me,
talking
some
about
teams are
members
never going to
only.
win the real one now. You know what I'm saying?
You guys
Some
do
teams
the
are
new
never
version.
on the roof.
You
You
guys-
know what I'm saying?
She out here saying members only. You ain't bought a club.
Yeah, you
You
got your membership
Hey,
this
hey,
season.
hey,
Like,
hey,
yeah,
hey,
You're gonna try and win it with blue cards and all these. kind of
Yeah,
things,
man.
like,
So they even had to change it so you guys can enter
This
again.
is so cute that you lot are members, right? Like looking back
Listen,
on good times.
listen.
It's cute, man.
It's-
I just
When-
felt to be a little bit
At
toxic.
least.
when you have the
I'm about to be a little bit
heritage,
toxic.
when you
Like
have the
history lessons.
heritage, is different in it.
Heritage.
Yes, the
You're
heritage.
doing too much.
We've got
We've
European
got heritage.
Yeah, you've got no. Real Madrid is heritage.
No,
ain't got
we're
European-
heritage.
We've
as
got the
well.
most European
Alright,
heritage in
okay,
London.
London.
Okay,
Facts.
but relax.
London.
Facts.
Let's stop doing throwback Thursdays. It's Monday, yeah?
Alright, cool. I was actually gonna ask you, yeah, before we go on to like a bit like funner stuff, yeah. Do you feel like this new format is gonna give the Super League more legs in terms of them being able to
That's what
like
they're
go
trying to
into certain, because it's Perez
Yeah.
and I think Barcelona as well. They're the main teams that are saying we need the Super League. Do you feel like with this format they can say, okay, cool guys, this isn't what we want. The Super League is here. Do you feel like they can have their second round and get teams on board?
The thing about the Champions League is its name, right? Its name holds so much weight. Perez and what's his name can do whatever the hell they want to do. They can market it however they want to market it. It will never hold weight as much as the Champions League will. And that's where I don't think they can come back and say, oh, come on, guys, listen, you guys are doing this, but we can do this. We can give you this better. No. Winning the Champions League will always be the highest epitome of club football.
Yeah, and also, wasn't the whole idea of the Super League is that each of those teams were coming out of their respective national...
No, they've switched it up now.
Oh, they switched up?
Yeah. So it would be more of a competition, like the Champions League.
It would never
Yeah.
hold
I
weight.
I think
Never.
I think they wanted more ownership, so they felt like FIFA is getting
And
too
UEFA,
much
oh.
out of these and UEFA out of these competitions, and it's like, nah, the clubs deserve more because we're basically the ones that are giving you this money. So let's
is-
make
they're
the
not
tournament
wrong.
us. They're not
get
wrong,
they're
and that's the
wrong,
thing.
but-
If they do it properly, I do see clubs like
Veering over.
veering.
But would
and
it be the
leaning
fact
into
that Champions League will still exist alongside it, or will Champions League be eradicated?
Nah,
Nah,
Champions League
it'll-
would have
it'll have to
existed
be- it'll
because
have to
the
be
clubs that
eradicated.
agreed and didn't
Yeah.
agree. But I just think, kind of, because just going off your point, what you kind of said, they might possibly try to do a second run only if they could show, like we mentioned, the benefit of less games. If they could say, look, that's going to tax your players and you lot are going to get a lot of injuries. This side,
I
we're
don't
going to
even.
actually...
I don't even think that's enough.
Yeah.
Hey,
Again,
no, but some clubs with a lot of injury issues because
But then-
I think
And
in the
think
last
about
few
it-
seasons,
not
I
enough
think
money
injuries
as
have
well.
been
But
at their
think-
height.
It's the money more than anything.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
the
the
money.
bread, yeah.
It's the money. They've got to pull out of their pocket something substantial, something substantially crazy to get these clubs to participate. Because even if
man,
you've
they got
got
money,
injuries in your team, yeah, you still want to win the Champions League. If you're in the Champions League, you got injuries, you still want to win it, and you still want to believe that you can win it. If you're in a Super League and you got injuries, oh, we're gonna win the Super League. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
now,
I think
maybe in
people
15
care.
years.
If people
I
go
don't
over,
think
people
so.
go over
Well, this
though.
is it, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
people
think
go
so.
over- if
People
people go
grow
over-
up. thinking about winning the champs.
No, and I hear it, but let's say now all them teams, like, let's say everyone agreed and it was like, all right, cool, we're all gonna go.
And that's the Champions
That
League.
is the Champions League,
I
like, because
hope
everyone
I
cares
never
for
see
it.
Yeah,
I
No,
hope
I
we
don't
never
want to
see
see
it.
it.
It'll be
but-
interesting.
But
It'll be
if they
interesting.
change, but now I got to the point. If you're gonna change what we love, do what you want.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just like what I actually loved growing up to watch is gone. It's actually gone now.
We're getting deeper. What the
It's
fuck?
gone though.
I mean, like the game
Do
is
you,
The
do
changing.
you,
actual
do you lot,
Champions
do you
League,
lot
the game's
enjoy?
changing
Do you
too
lot
much,
enjoy
though.
football as much as you did when you were younger?
I swear
the
to
same,
you,
bro.
It's not the same.
I feel like, and this is not just because I'm a Chelsea fan, yeah, but like even watching as a neutral is not the same. Like back in the day, I'd get gassed over a Fulham
teams.
versus.
versus-
When Anelka was around tearing,
You know what I mean?
Michu and
Bolton.
that,
Yeah.
like,
You never know if you're gonna
Swansea,
leave.
you know.
Yeah.
Bolton,
Michu,
Swansea.
yeah.
no one didn't want to link
You know what I
Stoke,
mean?
Literally,
and no one didn't
it's
want to
not
link
the
the
same
long
now.
throws and Peter Crouch just bombing
Yeah.
on you. No one wanted to. It's not. But then
It's not
again,
as
like it does have,
exciting.
but there's just. I feel like back before, even the lower clubs, they had this. Can you be world class players? They had those everywhere.
Yeah.
There was one in
But
a few,
football's a
like-
lot younger now, though. I think
Yeah.
that's
The
the
players,
that's,
you mean,
yeah. So I think
And
we're seeing a
that's
lot of
where
like.
I'm kind of like.
It's the baby league.
And
Yeah.
also
And
now
and
Champions
also
League's
if you think
going,
and
this
if you
is-
think about how they're being like developed in the
Yeah,
younger
like-
they're all the same. All of them can play 4 or 5 positions. Like you
They're
get
just-
the rare players that are now coming into their own, like the Sakas, the Fodens, and these man. But they actually all started playing the left backs or playing centre mid and then playing right
Yeah.
wing. Like they've all had to like. We've seen them develop. Before it was just like if you're a striker, you're a striker.
Yeah.
You bag goals. If you're a right back, you're a
Yes.
right back. Like now we're seeing right backs that don't defend, like left backs that like
Yeah,
centre backs that
it's
get
weird.
more goals
And
than
on top of
like,
that,
do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
like no disrespect to younger generations, yeah, but the way that they think is so different now. They think, well, not all of them, but some of them have the mentality of if this club doesn't want me, I'm not going to play as much as I want to play for this club, if that makes sense. Whereas back in the day, if a club didn't want you, you want to ball your heart out. You know what I mean?
the passion.
I just don't see the passion as much in a lot of the younger players. I'm not going to name who, but just
Yeah, no, because I think it's
I
a
wanna
thing.
know.
I don't know. It depends.
off
though.
air, man.
I get you, but it depends. I think the money in football now is hard to like
It's a
look past. You're
lot.
18, 19, you got these
You're
big clubs coming for
asking-
you and stuff like that.
You're
so.
18, 19 asking for hundreds of thousands on weekly.
Even the ones that signed their first pro, they're already making money that can change their family's
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
And then they haven't even touched the pitch yet.
And it's like, good for them. Make your money and shine. But I feel like all of these things are contributing as to why football's just not as fun anymore. I don't see the grind. I don't see the rough edges around these players as well. We were
too
talking.
pretty.
It was way too pretty for me.
But that's because of VAR. bro.
Yeah, I don't even
just
care.
and it's all sports. It's happening across
the
sports.
NBA,
though.
Yeah.
NBA like
NFL.
in the
Can
NBA,
Draymond-
these lot are coming in. They're stars before they even touch the court.
But the
now.
thing is,
And
I
it's the
feel
same
like
as football.
I don't watch NBA like that, but I still feel like with NBA, you still get that kind of like grittiness, that kind of raw.
Nah,
No.
man. There's some guys out there that like, and I know we're
I
talking
don't watch
about
it often
football,
enough.
but
So.
Neither do
there's
I.
guys out there that come, and I feel like I don't want to get at him, but it's like he's an example to a degree. Like Guy Nacho has this aura about him that he's like already him, and it's like,
Yeah.
bro, you got a lot to still prove, brother. Chill out and let's just, you know what I mean.
I
You
get what
got
you're saying.
something, but let's
But I think
figure it out.
I think that's more of the noise around him, though.
No, but it's
No,
like,
I
but
hear
Like,
you
the way
mean.
he built his profile, the hairstyles, the
Yeah, it's
celebrations.
like-
He wants
Sorry,
to be a
I'm
guy.
just saying.
He wants to be a guy though.
Yeah,
Like
and
if
I
you want to,
agree.
bro, he's trying to emulate his idols and that.
Yeah.
Ronaldo
Yeah.
had the blonde locks when he first
But
came into
Ronaldo was
United.
him.
But the
But
thing
Ronaldo
is,
was different.
Like,
The
I
front-
feel
it's
It's
like
just
the
that
there
he
was
work
didn't,
an
he didn't have
energy,
senior
though. There was a
players to
different-
look up to the way
Maybe-
that
and maybe
Ronaldo
that is
did.
it, like,
That's the
football is
difference.
younger.
that's
Football
the
is younger.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
who's Garnacho actually looking up to?
Rashford, isn't it?
The age mates.
Apparently he's not better than
Basically.
Martinelli, so boy, he's just going to be struggling
Oh,
there.
for God's sake.
But let's get on to something fun anyway. We're going to be building the best Arsenal player. So it's going to be, obviously, because you're our guests, I wouldn't be doing that by choice. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be doing that by choice. So we're going to go, we're going to start with left foot. Arsenal player in your history.
Oh, the whole history.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
I was going to say Saka straight away. Go with the
Ozil?
legend. Oh, yeah, Ozil's got a good left foot. I did think he would go with him though.
That's a
Santi
shout.
is both. No,
Sadio was
Ozil,
both, but mainly left, but he's both.
Yeah, maybe Ozil then. That's the only like.
Ozil. We're going to sit with Ozil on the left foot.
I would have gone with him more for create. Like if there's a
No, it's not creative.
It's just left foot.
okay.
Yeah, left foot. You said Ozil, yeah? Ozil was
okay.
no
Yeah, if
Saka don't deserve that shot yet. Okay,
No,
calm.
yeah,
no,
obviously
no,
it's
no.
left foot,
Ozil's
it's
left
not
foot.
like-
Alright, right
Yeah.
foot.
It's gotta be a boy, man.
Who?
What the fuck? Gotta be a boy, of course.
I was actually surprised that
Who else
no
is
one.
okay,
Okay,
you gonna use, bro?
He said, "Oh,
You lot are
I would've-"
struggling. Like, can we, you know,
I'm actually
Yeah,
surprised.
be sure about anything?
It's because I don't know what
You
the
know,
other.
I'm so scared of getting a right or wrong answer.
This
I'm
is it, yeah.
overthinking
No,
it, I'm
because
overthinking
you're
it.
talking about your whole history,
Yeah.
you can actually get it wrong.
All right, I'll
but
go on. Yeah,
Henri right foot. So Ozil left foot, Henri right foot, composure.
Ooh,
yeah,
who's
you
composed
see,
in front of goal?
damn.
Bergkamp.
Does it have to
the
be-
Iceman.
Okay,
Does it have
Bergkamp.
to be in front of goal? though?
Bergkamp.
But now now you've got me in this frame of thinking back. I want to start thinking reset now. That's
Yeah,
why
you
that's
can
why I'm
think-
thinking
you can
too
think
much.
whatever.
But I'm gonna
So-
go Bergkamp for that though.
Bergkamp composure.
Yeah.
Heading.
We could go Gabriel right now, you know.
about Van Persie?
I know who I would pick.
Who, Van Persie?
Van Persie.
Who?
I'm going Giroud. You're crazy.
Oh yeah,
Oh
Giroud.
yeah.
Do I support your team, bro? Like, what's going on? I'm going Giroud, bro.
Giroud's a
Good
good
shout.
one. That's a
Pace.
good one.
Walcott.
Yeah,
Martinelli,
Walcott.
Martinelli, but Walcott is the
Walcott,
one
yeah.
known
Walcott.
for pace.
Yeah, yeah.
And then finally, celebration.
Abayomi had good celebrations.
That man brought out the Black
Righty.
Panther
We
mask.
got righty.
Right, yeah.
Bruh.
All right, cool. So we've got
Righty.
left foot, Ozil. Right foot, Henri. Composure, we've got Bergkamp. Heading, we've got Giroud. Pace, we've got Walcott. And celebration, we have Ian Wright.
I feel like they're too obvious, man. I wanted to be a bit different.
No, but that's good.
But
That's
a
good.
good player.
That
though.
is a good player.
No, but
That
I
is
feel like a
good
lot of
player.
people wouldn't actually pick Ozil, though.
Yeah, for left.
No, I think a lot of
I
Arsenal
think
fans
our
would.
young players will pick.
No, I
Young fans
think-
will pick Saka.
Yeah, but Arsenal fans that.
Or maybe a
'cause they're not really-
Cazorla.
Santi's
Maybe
a
a
shout, you know?
Cazorla, yeah.
Because to me, hey, I'm telling you, if there was,
And then free kicks on his
hey,
left foot.
Santi might be one of my favorite Arsenal
Yeah,
players.
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
He didn't play enough,
I'm
man.
talking about
He didn't play enough, man.
I'm talking about
Nah,
what
he
I
did.
saw.
Are you crazy?
I'm talking about what I
Injuries.
saw.
No, even with injuries, he's still one of the best.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah,
especially from the
man, I'm
Emirates
sorry.
era. You
Cazorla,
crazy?
for me, it's like obviously TT's top tier,
Yeah.
but obviously Cazorla and Sanchez at that time, hey, obviously
Boy.
Vieira and that.
Different level.
Yeah, there
Boy, I
some-
thought it was
Both
calm,
of you.
innit? I thought it was
you're
calm.
mad,
No, I thought it was calm.
I would want a midfielder like that in my team.
Yeah.
Right
Really?
What in this Chelsea team that we have right
No,
now?
right now, yeah. Cazorla was good, but he was.
Cazorla was my favourite ever.
Yeah.
Not ever,
You're
but
insane.
one of my favourite.
That guy
Arsenal
was
players.
insane. He reminds me
I
of
loved him.
I can tell that you
I loved Cazorla.
detest the club.
Yeah, he's like, you don't want to see no
Nah.
positives at all.
I
Like,
feel
Nah,
like if
nah.
See
there's
me, 'cause I don't dislike Arsenal. I just dislike their fans.
Yeah.
I
just
don't
the
dislike
fans,
Arsenal
just the
either.
fans.
You do.
I just don't think Cazorla is the guy that you're talking about. But you
No,
lot
man.
think
For
Martinelli's better than Rashford, so
real.
you lot, your minds are all over the gap
but
anyway.
Sam, if
That's
four
fair.
people agree on one thing and one person doesn't,
That
who's
means
the
that
mad
you
one?
all agree on one thing. That don't mean anyone's mad.
I
If
love
I
the way-
ask anyone,
You stand on
if I
business.
put this anywhere,
Go on, do it now.
Rashford, Martinelli,
Do it now, do it now.
yeah,
Make a
I'm gonna
poll,
do.
yeah.
I'm
No,
gonna
no,
get
no,
out.
no. But you
Paul.
gotta say winger.
Yeah.
Winger,
Don't say player.
because you didn't
You
say
say
player.
left
You didn't
winger.
say that.
I
You
would
didn't
say winger. I will say winger.
Say
I will
left
say
And
winger.
by the
winger.
way, can you put that poll, yeah, and leave it up for a week so that you get me? The episode can also come out. People can watch.
Do you know
and
what?
go onto
Drop
the
it
poll.
when the clip drops.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
Yeah,
do that.
when the
I'll
clip
do that.
drops.
I'll do
You
that.
gonna forget.
Because
All right, no, I won't. I actually will remember
Winger.
because I'm shocked at you lot. I had Arsenal fans saying that Martinelli's not even reached the limits or even
I
scraped
still
what
think he's
Rashford
got
has
more to
done.
show.
Yeah.
He's got way more, but he's
got way
better.
more to
That's
show,
fair
but
enough.
I'm saying
course.
a winger. I'm just saying as a winger.
That's fair enough.
Because
That's fair
I
enough.
just don't think Rashford's final third passing is the greatest.
I
personally.
don't think Martinelli's is either.
No, it's not. But
anyway,
you know,
before we go, I actually want to say thank you first of all, Pippa, for coming because
Thanks.
I know you're always busy and Mondays is an awkward day.
I know, man. Mondays
So
I'm tired.
yeah, nah, so we appreciate you. We actually wanted to ask you, yeah, do you have any advice for people that would want to do what you're doing and potentially are starting out? I feel like you probably
I'm
get this
not
question
good
a
at
lot.
giving advice, man.
Really?
Ask my friends. I put them in some bad situations. I'm not.
That is so funny.
I'm not. But
Good.
any advice? Oh.
do you know how fucking
I feel
hilarious
like in the generation that we're in now,
Mm.
there's power in building your own brand.
it is? Period.
Like, of course, always try to get experience at like, depending like if you want to get into like presenting or content creating, it's always good to get experience from the brands or the production houses or broadcasting channels. But it's always good to build your own brand as well and putting out your content regularly. The main thing is to be consistent. I think even if you're just starting out, you're getting 10 views, keep going. It'll go up to 20, then eventually it'll go up to 100. You just keep going.
It's hard though.
Yeah.
Because
Sometimes you look at it,
TikTok,
you think,
bro,
"Ah."
TikTok is the worst one.
Is it? You don't like TikTok?
I like it, yeah, but
evil,
bro,
man.
I'll be putting in effort to put in some clips out, and I'm seeing 12 views.
No one don't want to watch no 1 minute video on TikTok. Unless
they
it's
don't,
some
they don't,
engaging
they
stuff.
don't.
No, it's gotta be.
Give me
like,
7 seconds, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's gotta be
21
between
seconds
30
ago.
max. It's
Yeah.
gotta be like 30, 45 max.
Yeah, nah, I hear it. No,
That's
that,
the quick scroll on TikTok. Like.
that was good advice. To be fair, I think that is probably the best advice you could probably give someone right
Yeah,
now,
just be
because
consistent,
it's
like-
so saturated now, isn't it? Like the football space.
It's
is
harder now
saturated.
to get into, I reckon, because there's so many creative people that are good at what they do. And it's like, how do you top that?
But what would you say for someone that is, because you do a lot of like content at matches as well, and I feel
Yeah.
like the way you do it, I don't see people doing it like that. Like I don't know whether you purposely do
Like
it.
what?
that-
How are you?
like-
You're fast with it, bruv. What the
No, like
Oh.
the speed of it, but also like the
Oh, yes, people
in-match
say that a lot, actually.
in-match editing. So it's like you'll get like the celebration and then your
yeah.
celebration,
Do
and
you
then you'll
know
have like
there-
you talking about the game as well. And I'm like,
Sis,
okay,
there
Why do
was
people
one
pay attention to
time,
that,
yeah.
no, 100.
No, there was one time I didn't even know how you did it. You're on holiday.
Ah,
Arsenal just
oh,
won,
the
yeah.
other day?
Yeah.
The other week?
Arsenal
I
just
was
won,
on it.
yeah. And she, in like a little holiday dress, like, oh yeah, guys, so Arsenal just won. Blah, blah, blah.
Do you know, I was fuming that day
like,
because
what?
I'm not a good swimmer. I don't like the ocean. My friends had dragged me out to go on some little boat in the middle of the ocean.
Damn.
And I'm like, can we not just go to the little pub or whatever it is to watch the game first? They was like, nah. Come on, you watch the highlights. I said, no, I want to watch the game. So I had to watch it on my phone, unlimited data, big up. And like, yeah, I was like, let me get some content out.
Nah, fair enough, man.
Because it was a good game because obviously
Dedication.
Arsenal just won, was it 5-0? And then the women
Yeah.
had won against Man United. And I thought, I have to put content out.
I feel like it's easy, not easy, but it's calm to edit your content as quick as you want to, blah blah blah. But it's the dedication that matters the most. Like you can edit content and then put it out like 3 days after. No one's gonna give a
Forget
fuck.
it.
Yeah.
That's
gonna give a
that's the
fuck.
main thing. That's a good bit of advice as well. I'm always on match days. My content goes out straight away. As soon as the
Straight.
full whistle's gone, I'll find something to put out. Whether it's a goal, a celebration.
Sometimes it's just picture.
yeah, sometimes a picture or
I'm sorry.
or like me just giving a little match reaction, like my view of the game.
How the f-
You're swearing a lot today.
apologies. But how on earth, yeah, like a player will score, yeah. Pippa would bring back a picture of them two 10 years ago.
It's not 10 years. Our players are like 15.
Nah, like not even just for Arsenal. Let's say like someone like Ozil scores, for
Oh
example.
yeah. Ozil was my guy though. You know, we was
She'll
cool.
bring out a picture from like 5 years ago, like, oh, Ozil, my buddy, yeah. It was nice.
yeah.
Like that kind
I've
of
been really
dedication, like
lucky
knowing
with
where
that, though.
everything is like, it's
That's your
even-
vibe, though.
I've been lucky
good,
with that
like-
because the players and they're very honest. They watch my content. And that the first time I got told that by someone that don't play for Arsenal. What the first time I was at a club, I was outside. I was like in my 20s. I was lit. And a well-known player plays for your team. Was like, oh, Pippa. He called me my Instagram name was Pippagram back then. And I was like, how you know me? He's like, yeah, I see all your Arsenal content. I said, what, you like Arsenal? He's like, no. But he's like,
I love that.
but he was like, I
love
rate
that.
your thing. I was like, right, that's mad. I had no idea. He goes, yeah, all the Arsenal players watch your content. They tell me.
I
And that's when I
love that.
started meeting players. Want like,
No, that's so
Yeah.
lit.
That's
that's
sick,
lit.
man.
Yeah.
That's
That's
sick,
lit.
man.
So maybe it's another thing that you don't know who's watching. So
Yeah,
No,
that's
word,
not-
word,
you
word.
never know
You
who's
never know
watching.
who's
You
watching
never-
still. Last thing, do you feel like you can't stop? Because even I feel like the it's good that you were on holiday and you put out content, but as a friend as well, I'll be like, bro, come on.
Yeah, my friends were like, oh,
work.
relax, like, we're in the ocean.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Do you feel like you actually, because of the speed of football and
Yeah.
like being in season, do you feel like you can't?
That's a
stop?
good question though, because I've been trying to stop for time.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, I don't need to be doing that stuff.
Mm.
But as a fan, I can't help but create content like naturally because I've been doing it for so long. But I tried to stop. But if my team goes and batters the team 5-0, I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
Talk facts.
Yeah.
No,
I
fair enough.
I wish my team could do that.
Well, it has been another episode of Keep It 90. Thank you so much, Pippa, for coming, because you are a great guest. You've been a great guest. You've got to come back.
Sure.
You're our first guest.
You are
as well.
first guest.
first
Alright,
guest.
come on,
No,
man.
is it?
Yeah.
I saw a guest on here, but I'll take
No,
that.
I thought that Ash thought we had one, but we didn't. You are our first guest now.
so
Appreciate you. Make sure you check us out on Keep It 90 everywhere.
sir.
Pippa, where can we find you?
On socials mainly, everything's Pippa Monique on Instagram and on YouTube.
Lovely stuff. And guys, we love you, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.
Yo, guys, it's us from Keep It 90. Massive thanks to Spotify for supporting us. Have you given us a follow yet? If you haven't, make sure you do.